Hey everyone, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Grif.
I'm Baka.
Podcast.
Do you want to do
brain-
that again, or you want to keep going? What do you want to do?
I will just keep going.
Okay.
This is the start of this episode. My brain was saying it faster than I was saying it. Oh, it's okay.
I'm Mickey from Jersey.
Oh my god! Wow.
Welcome to the New Jersey Infinite Respawn podcast.
This is how this week's gonna go, huh?
Oh my! This is how this week has gone.
Oh, tell me about it. This week has been awful for me.
Oh, sweet.
Just gonna continue that. So, what games has everybody been playing?
Shitload of For Honor.
Yeah.
We played some Sea of Thieves.
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody's like,
fun.
yeah.
We played one night of Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves and For Honor has basically been it.
Yeah.
Oh, and some Overwatch. Because I have to try to catch up to Grif.
It's not gonna happen, buddy.
She's past me now.
Hi.
She's past me. And
What level are
Vermintide
you?
and Sea of Thieves are coming out, so dude, you're gonna get
3?
You're 73?
Well, like the first star thingy, 73.
Yeah, I'm at level 12 in my second star.
Fuck off.
Yeah, she's just going. She's going. I also played Witcher, the original Witcher, all day yesterday.
Yeah, I
Trying
saw
to
you were
beat it.
online.
Trying to beat that one so that I can go to Witcher 2 and then beat Witcher 2 and play Witcher 3 again. Because I want to play Witcher 3, but I feel like I owe it to the game to play all of them through.
Good for you.
You should go through back and read the books then, too.
We
I
have
have
the
some of
books.
the books.
Yeah, we've got those. So
Where are they? They're right here somewhere.
you better
That
not.
reminds me, I have something to show you later, Chicken.
Okay.
Oh, it's gonna be dick pics.
Here's
to
one
roll.
of them.
I was thinking the
Pics.
same thing.
No, actually, I have someone brought in. I think it was part of the collector's edition for Witcher 2 or 3, but it's that wolf symbol thing that he wears.
Yeah.
The
It's
amulet?
a paper. Yeah, it's a paperweight of it.
Oh, that's
wow.
pretty neat.
Give me a necklace where? Oh god, this
Well,
thing's heavy to carry around.
I actually have the necklace that came with the collector's edition of Witcher 3.
Does it go off whenever there's evil around?
No. But the little ends of it, because it's got the little like sharp edges that go around the outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually very sharp, and
Wearing it is
I
painful.
stepped on it one day.
Oh,
Stepped on it?
Yeah, because one of my children had picked it up and thrown it on the ground, and I stepped on it. And yeah,
Oh.
is that
They
better
were-
or
the
worse?
chain, the
than
chain on
stepping-
it was kind of cheap. So
stepping on a Lego, like more or less painful than a Lego.
oh, it was more painful than a Lego.
Damn.
That's saying
Wow.
Yeah, it
Damn,
is.
that is saying something.
Legos are dangerous.
something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who needs
man.
caltrops? Just throw Legos down. They'll stop whatever comes into the house.
Oh my god, especially if you're intruders barefoot.
Going out of town for a week.
Just lay Legos everywhere.
That or jacks. Nobody expects jacks anymore.
Yeah, way to go, Home Alone.
Nobody knows what jacks are. They're gonna step on them and be like, "What the fuck are these things?
They're
Like
all
little
plastic
caltrops?"
now.
Hey, they're plastic now.
Yeah, they don't do metal ones anymore.
Oh, boo!
Yeah, metal's dangerous. Come on, we can't have that.
Yeah, I know,
I mean,
right?
look at lawn darts.
Well, okay, lawn darts were legitimately dangerous, though.
Yeah,
That
okay,
was just
first
a
of
bad
all-
idea all around.
Like, who the hell thought of? I wonder if we throw these giant metal darts into the air. I bet that would make a lot of fun for kids. So I wonder if
Well,
they
the
could
idea
catch
was
them.
to throw them at a target, and instead, kids, being the geniuses that they are, go, let's throw them at each other.
Yeah, but they're kids. That's what they do. So
Let's whip them up into the air and see who can catch them. This one's worth 20 points.
Open your mouth, Billy. See if you
I
can
think
catch it.
I think I'll pass on this 20 points.
Isn't it gonna hurt? Well, if you close your mouth quick enough and catch it.
Oh
No.
god!
Just God.
okay, let's reel it back into video games. But we'll go with
Those were
something I
games.
guess equally disturbing. I was playing more Persona, and there's a boss that's it's like a giant thing on a toilet. It's naked and taking a poop during your fight. Like,
It's a
Japan,
giant demon
I
on
think
a
we need to
toilet.
have a discussion about what's going on here.
That's kind of a shitty boss.
I'm not your friend anymore.
So
No.
we're going to
I
restart the
unfriend you
podcast now?
in
Or
real
just
life.
restart now?
We're gonna edit Oak out of the entire thing. It's gonna be like we could replace him with like Mr. Clean or Casper, and it'll be fine. No one will know.
It was
Like,
weird,
does
though.
it have noises too?
I think that I was just not like I don't remember noises.
I don't think it
thankfully,
did.
No. But the fact that you're fighting a boss that's on a toilet is just.
I mean,
So,
because
somebody-
I feel like I would have gotten creative with that. Like if I killed your character or whatever like that, you hear a fletching noise, or something.
Tell
I
them
did
about
not
the
die to him.
imps.
Yeah, they're I think they're incubuses or whatnot, but they're like little floaty devil guys with giant dicks.
They have giant strap-ons on.
Yeah, basically, it's like this big giant curved strap-on that goes up above their head, and I'm just afraid of what's gonna happen as I continue to progress through this game.
Welcome,
What the hell is up with this game?
Welcome to the JRPGs, where sometimes they're fucked up.
Clearly.
I mean,
You think?
fuck, look at Conker's Bad Fur Day on the 64. You fight a giant piece of crap.
Well, yeah, but that whole
Literally.
game was kind of like aimed in that direction. This one seems a little more like
Yeah, it
we're
was
trying to be a
legitimately
legitimate
potty humor.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. The whole game was like adult humor. I don't know
Yeah.
how it got sold. You couldn't get away with shit.
Because
Unintended.
most people
Shit like
probably
that
looked
this
at the
day.
cover up and went, "Oh, look, it's a cute little squirrel."
To be fair, when I was younger, I swore up and down that it was called Conker's Bad Fur Day. I was like, well, how the hell can you sell a game like this? And, they're like, no, it's Conquer. Conquer, like a conqueror. Like, oh. Okay. Oh. It was a lot of fun, though. Red played it on stream. He had to fight a giant shit.
He got really bad a few times.
Great mighty
Giant
poo.
poop monster.
Yeah.
He's going to throw his shit at you.
Yep. My least favorite part of that game was the fucking zombie area. God, the controls on that thing were just so difficult to try to shoot the fucking zombies.
That's when he gave us the whole fuck it phase speech. Like when you get to the point where you just say fuck it, that's where he was at for that, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, because like you clipped that little thing out.
Yeah,
put
it's on
there
our
for
YouTube
Respawn.
if you want to see it. If you want to see Red
Fuck it.
explain where you just give up in games, it's there.
Yep.
That part is so difficult. I do not blame him, man. I played that game a lot, and I quit there several times. Just like, I fucking hate this part. I'm just gonna like load up a new save that's after that and just continue on.
I'm going to send you a game called Skull Monkeys, chicken.
Oh god.
Oh boy, I can't wait for that.
Yeah. That game is kind of frustrating and difficult at points.
Yeah, a lot of those old school games are very annoying 90% of the time.
Now we've made them like easier for us. And if we
Hell,
want difficult, we buy things that are like Dark Souls.
Well, and the thing is, this chicken had said, speaking of the difficulty things, he had said, I think to Snitty, that he would stream the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy because it was really, really hard. Well, it came in this week, and all of these other games are coming out, so he's not going to have time to stream it. So I'm a little salty about it. I think I'll have to send it back and put it back on the queue, but further down. So that you can get it when you're in a drought of games.
Well, if the rumors are true and it happens to come to a certain handheld console, then I'll be picking it up for said handheld console thing. The Switch. In case anybody didn't get it, I was talking about the Switch.
Yes, we know. Thank you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the PSP Go.
Yeah. No.
I don't think anybody even has one of those anymore.
What
No,
is
they
it?
There's
do.
like
They
there's some collector somewhere.
I've had, in the past 2 weeks, 4 different people come in looking for chargers for that damn thing.
They all live
Wow.
in James's neighborhood. That's where they're at.
Yeah. So all 4 of them that were sold throughout the world
Are
all
in
live
your
where I live.
town. If you have a PSP Go, hit us up on Twitter. I would just like to know for science. I'll put a poll up at some point this week. Somebody remind me because I'll surely forget. But
We got too many
somebody-
games this week. I'm going to forget everything.
I need to know. I need to know how many people have one.
It was a completely, like, if you already had games to your PSP, you couldn't, like, re-download them or anything like that. They didn't have anything set up for it. It was, you had to go back and rebuy everything digitally again, and it was just, yeah, no.
The Vita and all that. PlayStation's handheld market, they've never really done a good job supporting that.
No, but like they've still got games that are coming out for the Vita, which is very strange to me because I don't know anyone that owns one.
I did until it got stolen.
And then you go to
And then I was just like, I don't care to
GameStop.
buy another one.
You go to like GameStop or one of the like somewhere that sells new games, and there's like a section that's like this big, of Vita games, and it's like
That's how it was for the PSP as well. I mean, it seemed like there was more stuff for the PSP when it first came out than there was for the Vita, but still, it wasn't like an
There's a lot of
full
good
library.
games on the PSP, like especially RPGs and stuff like that. I mean, there were some really good games on it. But
The game,
the problem
the
is, the problem
God
was,
of War
like,
game they had on there was really good.
yeah, well, I mean, most of the shooters and stuff, like, you had to use the, there was only one analog stick, so you use that for movement, and then you had to, like, try to aim with, like, triangle, square, and stuff like that, and it made it really awkward to try to aim in the shooters, so those didn't do very well, so... But for people who like JRPGs and stuff...
There were a couple of
great
Final
little
Fantasy
system.
games for it.
Yeah.
Crisis Core was PSP,
Mm-hmm.
and that one was popular.
I think they also did another Parasite Eve game on it.
Maybe.
Did they really?
Yeah.
You guys want to talk
That's cool.
news, or you have more stories from this week? What you want to do? Okay, fine.
No,
What do you want to
let's
talk
go
about
to
in the news? Thanks, everybody. You're so helpful.
Well, hey, all I did was play
But
For
you
Honor. I
changed
whipped
subject like
people's
that.
ass and-
We're like, what just happened?
Yeah. And
Well,
last week was
okay.
all
Not
Sea of
bad.
Thieves, so we
Not bad.
don't have many
Sea
stories
of
from
Thieves
that.
and For Honor and me and Chicken being like rusty scrubs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rusty Scrubs.
Yep. Streamed it
Accurate.
all week. I made the clip of me and Baka on our two-man sloop making that other ship crash. It was beautiful. It's amazing. It's on my channel. You can check it out.
Best moment in that game so far.
Yes.
Oh look, they're right on us.
Yeah, you just watch them just crash right into. Like, they hit one side, they go down, they hit the other side, they hit us, and then kill Baka, and we just sail off. Bye. Oh, shit.
It was fun the other night. We got, what, like 8 or 9 chests or something like that
Mm-hmm.
on the ship at one time. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a long stream,
Waiting for
too.
Newbie to try to figure out what was wrong, why he couldn't log into the game.
Oh, my
One was because he didn't download it, but then after that, I don't know why it didn't work.
Yeah, that'd be a
Probably
problem.
Well,
because they're having server issues.
Yeah, they tweeted out afterwards they were having server issues, which is good. They're having server issues now. But moving on to more of the current stuff.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't know. There's just a bunch of random shit. Nothing really has a good segue. So I guess we'll just start with Burnout Paradise Remastered is not going to have microtransactions, even though it said so on the store.
That was a mistake. It was just a mistake. Calm down, everybody. People
Yeah.
make mistakes.
The
I'll
tweet
keep
out
my
was
pitchforks out just in case, though.
Yeah, right?
pitchforks down, everybody, and everyone's like, no. No.
Not
I'm
until we
standing
Screwed up our
watch.
Star Wars. You're
Yeah.
not going to screw up our Burnout.
Like, EA may still be making a lot of money and growing, but man, their building is surrounded by their fans with pitchforks going, I dare you. I dare you to mess up. Come on, we will bomb this place. Come on. Figuratively, of course. Figuratively.
Thank you for clarification.
Figuratively.
Uh,
Yeah,
I don't get
think
it
that
though.
should
Like
be.
you have, like, it's the fact that people react the way that they do, and the fact that there's, you know, like this guy's having to make the comment, put away the pitchforks, and people still put microtransactions in all their games.
yeah. Yeah. It's just a thing now. Like,
Yep.
I think we will not be not skeptical of EA like ever again.
No,
Or
we'll always be
almost any
skeptical.
company now at this point. Like, really, you're like, what game's coming out? Oh, what microtransactions does it have? Like, that's your immediate follow-up to what day is this game coming out?
Kind
then
of like
you
with
have-
Metal Gear Survive.
They took it
Wow.
one step beyond the normal microtransaction. I was trying to do the segue properly. But they took this shit to a whole new level. You thought EA was bad. Konami just went fucking Super Saiyan 3 on these bastards. Just like, we're better than you. They make you pay $10 for a new character slot. People, $10 for on a game like that. Like, I know,
But
certain
to be
MM
fair, you could pay $80 on Battlefront 2 and still not get what you want. At least $10, I know I'm getting the extra slot to be able to create the character I want. Just saying.
Well,
See,
when
I would
was-
understand this a little bit better if they gave you like at least like 3-4 character slots already.
Yeah. And then you have
But
the extra. But
instead-
there's only one slot, right?
Yeah. It's like,
Yes.
oh, you spent $30 in our game. Here's your character slot. What? You want to create a different character and specialize in a different way? Give us $10.
I wonder what the reasoning behind that is besides just money.
Money.
It's gotta be just money.
We want people
I mean,
to only
honestly,
have one.
I mean, Konami just builds those pachinko machines for the most part now. Like,
right?
I'm surprised they don't make you gamble for fucking character slots.
Well, and
Buy a loot box, get a new slot.
From what I understand, the game's actually not too bad, but I'm still not like did it need the Metal Gear name on it? Because
No.
it's just set in the same world, right?
Did it need the Metal Gear name on it? Yes, to sell stuff. No, because it's not a core Metal Gear game. I guess because I guess they put enough Metal Gear mechanics in it that they were like, oh, people are gonna say it's a Metal Gear ripoff if we don't call it Metal Gear.
Maybe. It's weird.
I mean, all of the reviews that I've seen
if
on
they just
Steam,
go, well, we used the Metal Gear engine on it. I mean,
yeah, just remove the Metal Gear title from it is what everybody says. It's a pretty good game by itself, but they just
well,
put
you
it
could
on
just
there to
call it
sell
Konami Survive, right? And then you could put
No,
anything
that's what all of the
they've done
people
and put
are
in it.
saying inside of the company, going, "Konami Survive, please,
Right?
please."
So you call it Konami Survive, and then you can take characters that you've created that you own the rights to and certain things and add it in every once in a while. You know?
Are asking too much. That's too logical
Yeah.
for Konami at this point.
But now you've locked into Metal Gear. The only thing you can't add to it is Metal Gear.
Konami just needs to sell off the rights to its games. It's not interested in making actual games anymore. It's just not.
get
No.
rid of their Castlevania. Get rid of sell off the Suikoden series. Metal Gear.
Sell Silent Hill to somebody that's gonna fucking use it, but I've been saying that for years now. It's never gonna happen. I'm just so disappointed.
Silent
if-
Hill has been silenced, Grif.
I know.
If Silent Hill were to come back out, would you want it to be the first person thing like PT was? Or would you want it to be...
I mean, as long as it's a well done game, I don't care if it's first or third person.
Because I know
just
that
want it
like
to be well done.
we discussed when Resident Evil went to first person that you weren't exactly sure about it, and then
Well,
of
yeah, but
course,
then-
y'all played it
yeah.
and it was different. So I was
Well,
just
I
wondering.
played it. Griff didn't.
I did play it. I
You
just
played
didn't
some
finish
of
it.
She didn't finish it.
So,
Fuck you, dude.
she played. She just didn't finish. There's a difference.
You were on some thin ice today.
That's fine. I'm used to being on thin ice. It's how I live my life.
True that.
But no, I don't think it would matter if it was third or first. I think it just needs to be, as long as the game's well done, I don't give a damn. I just want to play that genre with that lore behind it.
That'll be cool.
Need to see the Silent Hill universe again.
Yes.
It still needs to have the wacky ending of the dog and the aliens.
It'll work out good when we have THQ Nordic Konami.
When they buy all of Konami stuff.
Damn it, Konami, just sell already.
Yeah, sell to THQ Nordic.
Nornami.
We'll be fine.
Nornami. There we go.
Yeah.
Nordic
Konami. No, I
Nordic
honestly,
Konami.
I think the best thing that you could do is not put the Konami name on it at all. Just be like, we're THQ Nordic and we're presenting the new Silent Hill. Like, that's it.
I don't know. Konami's been around for so long. Like,
Yeah, but now their name is kind of covered in poop, and it's going to take a really long time for you to try to, like, polish that off. And I wouldn't give them any of the credit for it at this point.
well,
What
they
they
wouldn't
need
have.
to do, what they need to do is just kind of give those titles to smaller studios or studios that they can do things with, but don't sell the titles. Be like, here, make me
Yeah,
a
but then
game.
you get into the problem of they're going to do stuff like that where they're going to start telling the companies that they license them out to what they can and can't do with it, and it's going to not be the product that it should be.
Hey, it's something to start them back up. Like, if they can do a game, if they release or publish a Silent Hill game that's pretty good, made by a different studio, Konami gets a little of that shit wiped off their
They
name.
kind of already did that with Downpour, which I really liked, but in the overall Silent Hill fandom, it's not the most popular game, obviously, but it was made by a company called Vatra, and then Konami published it, but it got kind of panned, so they tried that. Not that the Downpour's bad. I obviously like it a whole lot, but not everybody did. So it's neither here nor there. What else you got?
On the topic of, I guess, microtransactions, games as services, and things like that, Rainbow Six wants to be here for the next 10 years. We're on year 3 right now.
Okay.
Their DLC model is pretty incredible. It's like $30, and you get everything, like the $30 a year for the season pass.
Okay.
So you get everything for that year. Ubisoft is doing it right. Like, their games as a service is much better than other companies who are trying to do that.
Well, this particular game is.
Yeah, this particular game. For Honor 2, now that we've got our dedicated servers, people are coming back. The Division, people are coming back.
Yeah, people went back to the Division. Just maybe they've actually learned from their mistakes, I guess.
I feel like they didn't return to the Division en masse, though. It was like a handful of people went back to it, but it wasn't as big as, like, For Honor's dedicated servers drawing people back in.
Well, here, let me put it to you this way. If you look at the Steam playlist, the Division has, like, 36,000 people that still play it.
Okay.
The For Honor only had a couple thousand.
Gotcha, okay. So it just seemed like there was more fanfare, maybe, I guess?
I guess. I don't know. I would think that there'd be more, but I don't know if, like, if Steam keeps track of all the people that, like, play on the Ubisoft thing alone. Like, you don't have it on Steam. Like, you only play on the Uplay thing, so...
Gotcha.
There might the numbers may not be quite normal.
Also, I would think that the campaign, if you will, in Division is something you could revisit versus For Honor. You're through it once, you don't really need to.
Yeah. It's more multiplayer. Like, For Honor is just multiplayer, whereas the Division has its MMO vibe. It's much more accessible to everybody. You can jump in, play some, and have fun. You can do dungeons.
Is more of like a fighter style type game.
Right.
So.
Well, that's not for everybody either. A lot of people, I think more people like shooting guns in a game than they do necessarily the hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, it would be garbage at that.
Their Wildlands is doing pretty fucking well too. Like, people are really digging that. So
yeah, they added in a Predator DLC. Where you actually go hunt the Predator from the movie.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
You know, Ubisoft is starting to look like they're trying to get along the lines as, like, they're not going to get anywhere near it, but Blizzard style, where they release their chunk of games, and then they support those games constantly, where they don't have to keep coming out with new games. They've got their titles, they support those titles, and they keep releasing things, you can keep paying for that.
But I think it's where the money is. You know, I think they're actually seeing... I feel like they're opened their eyes and went, okay, let's look at a successful company outside of our own and what they're doing and what we should and shouldn't do based on what they're doing. So, of course, they'll look at Activision and EA and go, no. And then they'll turn around and go, you know, they can look at Blizzard and go, okay, well, these guys have been around. They have 7 games or 6 games, whatever it is, and they've been around for however many years. So...
Yep, and they don't release games annually. They have World of Warcraft that's been out for 14 years. They have Hearthstone that's been out that they just keep updating. Heroes they just keep updating. Overwatch was like their first new IP that they released in, god damn, what, 20 years?
Yeah, it was like 20, I think.
Yeah, like, I mean, 20 years, they never released a new real IP until Overwatch. And then they're like, oh yeah, look at how successful this is now. And we're changing the esports world.
Well, and like from a card game standpoint, like when Hearthstone came out, it started this whole revolution where everybody was like, well, we can create cards based on our universe too, you know?
Exactly. So,
you know, and to the point of the Witcher, they're like, we're going to take the card game we got in the game and give it to you.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's a smart business plan. If you want to have your, I guess, your company as a service, then you could do along that. Like, you got Blizzard services, which is all their games. They got so many free-to-play games. You got your Ubisoft services now. You've got all 5 of these games that you can play. And you got their client. Their client sucks. I mean, if it was a little better, it wouldn't be so bad, but the Uplay client is just not that good.
No.
It's not very organized.
To be fair, I think I like it better than the Origin one, though.
Yes, I
agree
do.
With that.
It's like Blizzard's up here, and then whatever ones I can think of in between, and then Uplay, and then Origin.
I don't remember
Origin's
what Epic's looked like.
Epic's was pretty good, but they have like Fortnite on there, and that's it. Plus, you can play with the Unreal Engine on it too.
Origins is buggy now and then. Like, sometimes I'll open Origin, and it wants you to, like, right-click and then hit play on whatever little tile of the box that you want to play, like the game you want to play. But sometimes you right-click it, and it doesn't have that play button, so you have to completely exit out of Origin and restart it. It's like, there is literally,
That's
like,
weird.
no other way for me to get to this right here, because if I put the shortcut on my desktop, even with Origin open, there's a good chance that it's going to tell me I need to log into Origin, which is already open and logged in, so I have to launch it from the actual Origin client. Screw you guys.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
It's not pretty either.
EA just being EA.
Pretty much, yeah.
Steam client's above Blizzard's client.
Just sad that I have.
I think
to have
Steam to me has just the best client out of all of them, just because the way it's set up. Now
Yes.
the GOG Galaxy one's too pretty good too.
The good old games.
Yep. So
Oh, yeah.
which is but it's very similar to Steam the way it's set up. So
Yeah, so I mean that is the way I see games heading towards, is companies developing a platform for their games, creating games and supporting those games so that they can have like a constant income. You don't have to take those risks anymore where you have to hope that this new IP is doing well, but that does not mean that we don't need companies like that, like THQ Nordic right now, who is remastering and releasing new games. I mean, Biomutant's a whole new IP. They're like, we're gonna jump in. Who cares if it does well? We're hoping it does well. It's new. It's interesting. People are thirsty for something like this. So
Well, I mean, with the games that they are doing well with, it's like, that gives them enough cushion to where it's like, well, let's test out this new IP, see how well it works. But bombs, that's fine. Well, we have a little bit of a cushion for it instead, But if it does really well, awesome, great. They got a new IP going.
well, and I feel like THQ doesn't have. Nobody ever thinks of THQ Nordic as making a AAA game. I don't think. Like
No.
they think of them. So you know what I mean. So I feel like they make those games that people love, or they just don't play, depending on which way it is, right? But nobody ever goes, I just can't stand that game. Da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll have a good, entertaining game, and they have a good fan base that's going to buy it, and they build based on that. Okay, this is going to take. I almost feel like it's these guys that are coming straight out of college or whatever from programming school and all that stuff, and that's who THQ Nordic brings in so they can lower the price on their games and give them an opportunity. These new, versus guys that have been in the industry for a long time and they have these high expectations and everything else. I think they just do their own thing. It's great. Because Biomutant, just like the little bit of it I played, I cannot wait for that one. Like, it's just awesome.
It's crazy to think about it now. Like, the big publishers that we have these days are too scared to take these huge risks. Like, I mean, you have Microsoft with Rare taking Sea of Thieves as a giant risk. It's a new IP, which I'm pretty sure it's going to do well. But most of these big monster corporations are just going to do their clients, their games, and then they're going to keep their constant income. And they're like, all right, we're going to leave all the new IPs and all the new games and ideas down to these indie developers and let all of them take the risks. And it seems to be working out, in my opinion. Like, you got all these indie games that are coming out that are really fucking good. And then you've got these big ones that you've got these big titles that you can always go and play. That, they're supported. You can jump in for here or play this there. I mean, you're going to have Far Cry 5, Assassin's Creed Origins, which is pretty good too. And then you've got their main community games that I'll say that you can play. So I think that's where we're going. And you've got your AAA single-player developers. Like, everyone's just kind of like slotting into what they're good at this point.
I can agree with
EA
that.
is good at charging you money, so
Yeah.
They need to
they
stop.
figured out how to slot themselves into that one.
They're like, oh, we're microtransactions over here. And everyone's like, say it again, EA. We got our pitchforks. I dare you. I'm just kidding, man. Microtransactions. And then they die.
There aren't going to be no microtransactions.
Microtransactions? You buy a Michael?
Michael transactions. There's
I'm
an
done
art
here.
store, right?
I'm
Isn't there
so
like
done
a
with
craft
you
store
guys.
named Michael's?
Yeah. You do the microtransactions.
I know Red right now is like, a microtransaction. Where can I get that? Calm down,
Or
Red.
they could do like they did with their Need for Speed game on mobile, where it's like, oh, you're having fun in Burnout? Well, you give us $10 and we'll give you some more gas.
What? Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Need for Speed mobile app, when you run out of gas, you have to give them money to get more gas.
That's awful.
Yeah.
that is awful.
Wow.
Well, let's
Wow.
see.
Places I would like to burn down. Already on the list, actually.
Yeah.
Too
All
funny.
right. Well, I guess moving on. Well, we mentioned Blizzard, so Warcraft 3 got a huge update. Did a lot of balance changes, map changes. A 16-year-old game got some major updates.
Because it's going to come out on mobile soon, so they're updating everything.
Maybe.
Like, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
Well, they were talking about people were looking at a remaster version of that for a while. I mean, I've said it the last 2 or 3 BlizzCons that I wish they would announce that. So
I wish they would do the first 2 remasters.
I wish they would.
Right?
I think
I know,
they
like,
do.
Warcraft 3 is basically where they really started establishing the lore and the layouts, and, I mean, granted, even with the MMO, it has changed slightly, but, like, I remember looking at, actually, I ran across them online. Someone found the old maps and stuff from the first Warcraft game, and some of the places are there and labeled, but how they're laid out is quite a bit different than what it actually is in, like, World of Warcraft now. It was really interesting to see it.
They would probably have to readjust everything from those. I think also doing these big updates and remastering it will let them put it onto their client, which I think they want to do, because Blizzard is starting, and I say starting, to realize how critically important their older fan base is. Like, you got StarCraft 1 that they just remastered and put on their client. You got the Diablo, like the old school Diablo fan base that are fucking screaming at them. You've got the Warcraft 3 people that want their game remastered. And you've got the vanilla WoW that they've already said that they want to do. Like, their classic players are still here. And Blizzard's giving them a little love, which is good. Like, they make a bunch of money and they're giving it back. You know, they're creating new jobs for these older games so that people can play them. So, sometimes, yes, it seems like it might just be a nostalgia trip, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes people just play these, and I mean, they're
Because
having
they
a
were
fucking
good.
tournament. Yeah, they were good. Blizzard made good games back then.
Now, what we really need is Lost Vikings.
Woo. We already
don't
got
know.
them in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Good
don't know
luck.
if we'll
No,
see
like,
them
release,
outside
like,
of...
Release them on, like, the consoles or something like that, or even on the Switch, the old games. Make it like 3 players, or each person controls a Viking.
Wow, that would be crazy. Which,
That'd
I
be
mean,
cool.
they might do it. I wouldn't.
Some online compatibility.
Well,
Well,
Because I
they
know
put
the
it
old
on
ones were 2 players at least, but
Well, if they put it on the BattleNet app, then I'm sure it'll have. It
I'll
is
go ahead and
BattleNet.
play
They
it
changed the
again.
name back. They fucking
Yes.
they
Yep.
realized their mistake.
Everybody knows who we are and where we are. We don't need to change this.
Yeah, exactly.
clearly we
Stop.
do.
Well, there was one guy that says, "I told you so," and he got fired. I told you we shouldn't have done it. You're fired. Get out.
Yep.
Good. I'm glad there was nobody
Back your
here that
shit,
told us
Dave.
that was
Get
a
out.
bad idea.
Which I think it's funny too. Like right around that same time is when they put Destiny 2 on their client. So it was because technically it would have been on Blizzard Net or whatever they had the name before. and
Yeah.
that was-
Blizzard Net.
which was the worst name ever. Like I
It
mean,
was the Blizzard application. Is like the Blizzard app. No, actually, it was just called Blizzard.
yeah.
Like that was it, just Blizzard.
Which, I mean, okay, we get that, but everybody's used to calling you BattleNet, so...
It's been BattleNet for
Maybe
25
we just
years.
stick with
It's
BattleNet?
yeah, I remember when it first got put and called into to being called BattleNet.
BattleNet.
Oh, you're dating yourself now.
Yep. I was a wee lad, and I was playing Diablo when I shouldn't have.
When did the original Diablo come out? The original. 1996. So 22 years ago? 22 years.
Damn.
Yep.
BattleNet is old. They built their platform 22 years ago when the internet was just getting started. They created their platform.
Good for them.
Like,
pretty
man,
awesome.
if that doesn't show how fast-paced Blizzard was, then I don't know what does.
It's like when you enter Warcraft 3 and you pull it up. It's got the little thing. It's like click for BattleNet.
Yes.
you click on it.
Uh,
You want to play online with people? Click to and connect to our BattleNet.
There you go.
yeah,
But I
that's
don't.
just
Leave me
crazy.
alone.
Good old Blizzard. So we were talking about Switch a minute ago, possibility of Lost Vikings. That'd be great if they did that.
would.
But according to Norway, which Norway, if you remember, is the one that's the first one that came out about Battlefront 2 and other loot boxes and said that they wanted to investigate them being illegal. But also Nintendo seems to be what they're now vying for now, because Nintendo is they're saying Nintendo is breaking the law over eShop refund policy, which is you can't refund for pre-ordered games.
Which I think is weird. What if you want to cancel your pre-order?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd too.
I mean, just about everywhere that I know of lets you cancel.
I think,
well, except for EA with the Battlefront thing, but you know.
I think if you have a policy like that won't let you cancel a pre-order, it's just going to encourage people not to pre-order.
I think so too. From what I could tell, it doesn't seem exactly like they're breaking the law. It just seems like a shitty practice. Because from what I've read, you have to agree to the terms that say that you give up your right to refund this pre-order due to the law. And if you click accept, you forfeit that right to refund.
Yeah. But most people don't actually read all of that.
They put it there. It's like the terms of service and terms of use. Who the fuck reads all of that? Who just slides down and clicks accept?
My favorite is when it's like, we'll email it to you, which means it's way longer than we can have on our little thing.
Yeah. Well, there's the new social media app that everybody's trying to swap to, that Vero. But in its terms of services that you click agree to without reading, it basically says that once you start posting pictures, because it's an Instagram-esque app, your likeness and everything that you post on their app belongs to them, so they can repurpose it as they want without your permission, because you're giving them permission.
That actually changed with Instagram too when they got bought by Facebook. That was actually one of the things that people had issue with.
It's just a really scary thing to put in your terms. Like, you put this on our platform, now we own it and we can use it however we want. Okay, that's creepy. Don't do that.
Yeah, but you know, companies are gonna be weirdos.
Well, I mean, they could put it there like
companies are gonna be weirdos.
In order to use this app, you have to give us your firstborn child, and as long as people click and agree to it without reading it,
legally.
Yeah.
Yes, you said okay. I don't know. It's scary, but I don't like that practice, especially coming from Nintendo, a company that everybody associates with being the good guys of the gaming world. Like, I don't know, man. What if I change my mind about this game?
You know, it almost makes me wonder if it's like I don't know, maybe this is just me thinking too deep into it, but it's supposed to be a kid-friendly thing. What maybe kids or pre-order games too often, and they're like, all right, people, if you're not going to pay attention to your kids, you can't get a refund. So don't pre-order our shit. Don't let your kids on the console without supervision, or you're going to be spending.
Don't hand your child a credit card and go, here, honey, just leave mommy alone. She needs to drink down this
but I mean, are kids really the problem of canceling pre-orders to start with?
I mean, then I need to see the numbers of how many, like, do they have a massive influx of pre-orders that get canceled almost immediately? Like, do they have a bunch of fucking problems with that? Like, is that why you can't cancel? They just, people
maybe they did with, like,
cancel.
Wii U, and they just kept the policy around.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to kind of figure out why they would do something like that, because that seems pretty shitty from a company that seems pretty nice.
It's very odd.
Yeah, it's definitely does not seem like Nintendo.
Well, Nintendo coming back with, we're not actually breaking law, sucks to be you. Like,
hey, that's fair.
If you're following fair, the law, but it is really a shitty. I mean, they could have at least said something non-committal, like we'll be looking into this as we move forward, or something like that, to be like, oh, okay, we can still pretend that Nintendo's a good guy.
But you gotta still remember their business, and as long as they're following the law, then that's just how it is.
Yep.
Their business, and they're following the law.
Nintendo has bought the rights to a couple of bad movies just to keep them from getting released.
Like what?
There are two pornographic movies of the Mario Brothers. Nintendo bought them so that way they could not be distributed.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, technically, if we wanted to make money, you create something that a company is willing to buy from you in order to make the money from it.
You just got to make a porno first.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, moving on.
From today's random bit of information.
Speaking of movies...
that are not porn.
Oh, nice segue, sir.
Sonic the Hedgehog movie has a release date, November 15th of 2019.
And this is one that they actually want to release, not one they're trying to buy. Not get released.
And the weird thing is, it's going to be a mix of CGI and live action. I don't understand why they're not committing to one or the other.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
commit.
Okay, if they're going to commit to one or the other, they'd have to do CGI. Because if they try to do live action and just like dress some dude up in a hedgehog outfit, it would look stupid.
Well, that means they're going to be in the real world too, then, right? So, because if they've got both, so are they? Is it going to be
Maybe
set?
it's a live action hedgehog.
It's gonna be garbage.
Or they're going to be like, it's going to be like some dude with like slick back, spiky blue hair.
It's gonna be garbage. It's gonna be garbage.
I don't
I'm
know.
Runs
sorry.
around wearing
If you're
white
gonna
gloves,
make
blue
a
shirt.
movie like that with cartoon characters as the leads, it needs to be all CGI or animated. Not. There needs to be no live action sequences in it at all.
Doesn't-
Hey,
I'm
that
okay
Super
with
Mario
both.
Brothers movie was good for live action.
You shut your
That
mouth.
But they
Crap
also
movie.
did like actual like animatronics and puppet work.
But like, well, I mean, not saving. What is it? Roger Rabbit, whatever the name of that thing.
Who saved
Yeah,
Roger
that is.
Rabbit? Or
Yeah.
who framed Roger Rabbit?
Who
framed
framed?
Roger
Who
Rabbit?
saved? I
He
saved
said
Roger
he said
Rabbit.
saved, and it like
I
was
said
in
save
my.
the first time. I kept saying that. The word save kept popping in my head.
It's who
Who
framed
framed
I guess
Roger.
because I was like, save Roger. But I mean, that was good. And
Space
they did,
Jam was good.
No, sir, it wasn't.
What,
No.
you don't like Space Jam?
No.
Oh, you people. You people. All right, this is my last
Okay, the
podcast,
animation-
guys.
Looney
live
Tunes
action
back in
blending
action was
in-
better than
I love
Space
you
Jam.
guys.
The
This
animation
is
of
the
live
my
action
list.
blending in Space Jam was good. The overall movie in itself was very 90s.
Okay, I would agree with that statement. I would agree with what Baka
That's a
just
middle ground. That's middle ground.
said. Yeah, copy what they did with it. Yes, the actual plot.
Well, and I mean things like Jurassic Park. Okay, that's good live action CGI mix.
Jurassic Park? It was all animatronics.
No,
some of it
now.
was CGI.
Oh,
Yeah.
talking about
now
Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, okay,
Yes.
sorry. The latest Jurassic movie. There.
And they did have
Jurassic World.
CGI in the original too. 'Cause
For which part?
the Dragonite.
Some, like,
The
things
ones
like
that come
the
running
raptors
at them?
jumping up on the tables.
Oh, yeah.
And
That was pretty good.
Yep.
the thing is, they didn't use a whole lot of CGI, but they did enough to where it blended all very well.
Yes.
And part of that just had to do with the time,
Mm-hmm.
like when they were doing it. So
But I don't know about CGI live action Sonic. I think it could work with some games. Like, I think if you want to do a mix of both for, like, a Halo movie or a Five Nights at Freddy movie, okay, fine. But Sonic.
Well, for Five Nights at Freddy's, you need
I
full
don't-
animatronics to get the real creep out of it.
Yeah,
and I think that
doing
they
those
need to
guys
have
CGI would
Grif
not
on
work.
set for that one.
See, that's the thing is, if I was working on it, like, hands-on working on it, I'd be fine with it. That's why I worked at haunted houses, but I can't go through them because I'm terrified. Like, even
I
if
see, I
I
have no
know how
problems
it
going
works,
through
if I'm actually participating, it's scary, but if I'm working on it, it's fine. It's weird like that.
We're gonna take you to so many haunted houses.
Nope. I don't do haunted houses unless I'm working at them.
You're not gonna know it's a haunted house until we.
I'm
get there.
pretty sure I'll figure it out.
Actually, we could take you to the one in San Antonio, the Ripley's one, because that one, like, I just walked through it and I was like, okay, someone's gonna jump out there, someone's gonna jump out there, he's gonna rattle the chains, and I just like walked through it. The coolest part of the whole thing was you walk across this little metal bridge and there's a tunnel that like spins and it has
Oh, yeah, they
lights.
have those at, like, all of the Ripleys.
Yeah, and it was really, really neat for that. And I was like, but that's not like, that was not worth the entire trip. It was so predictable and boring walking through that damn
There's,
thing.
like, one of the scariest ones in the U.S. is in Atlanta, which is 4 hours from us, and I'm not going to go. Sorry.
Well, I went to one at Universal Studios, and same thing. I used to work at haunted houses, so I kind of know where things are going to happen.
Yeah.
The only time they got me is turning a corner and Chucky comes out of the wall. And like
Nope, I'm dead now.
I didn't freak out, but the people with me definitely did. It was quite funny.
See, the thing is, I can see the jump scare coming in those things, but it doesn't stop me from, like, reacting when it happens. I'm just bad. I'm
Well, it's
bad
like a
at
video
that
game.
kind of
I mean,
stuff.
like the video game part of that whole thing, right? So like if you do like Outlast.
Well, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. You know the jump scare is coming, and you know where it's coming from. But when it does not stop it from, making me squeal when it happens. I know what's gonna happen. I know how this is going down. Still
See,
gonna
none
get
of that stuff scares me, and you guys have seen it on stream. Like, the scare games don't scare me. You can do that. Like, while I'm playing PUBG, though, and I'm running, and I just get shot out of nowhere, I'll jump real quick, because I can't predict that I'm gonna get shot. Like, all right, I'm gonna get shot. Gonna get shot. Then you drop your guard, and you get shot, and I'm like, fuck. God damn it.
It happened so many times. It's like, yeah, I think they moved on, whatever. We're sitting there, like, we drop our guard, we're searching through the house, and it's like, bam! Yeah.
Yep.
I think
like
they finally
that's
got
what gets me.
I think they got a new director or something for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie a couple of weeks ago, so that one, I guess, is going to start moving forward, and I don't know if I want to go see the movie when it comes out.
Oh, you'll go see it.
Oh, yeah.
You'll go see it.
We went and saw it, so you're going to go see
Yeah,
it.
we went and saw
So you're
it, and
gonna
I
see
screamed a lot.
It was not scary.
Hey, I gotta give credit to the fucking actor who played Pennywise. That shit just... none of that was CGI, by the way, for the record. Yeah, Bill Skarsgård, like his eyes moving and him drooling and like all of his face, that was all him.
Yeah, he's just a really good actor
some...
with wonderful control over his face.
Yeah, like the director was like, we're gonna give you some CGI to make your eyes look all weird and shit. And he's like, no, I can do it myself.
Watch
and this.
Like,
seriously? And so he fucking makes his eyes spread apart, and it's like...
Okay, this went to a weird place on the podcast that I wasn't expecting.
Hey, we're talking about scary stuff. But okay, we'll turn it back around real quick. I was talking about getting scared in PUBG. It looks like they're going to get a third map.
Is it going to be snow?
I don't understand how it's going to be, but they're like, it's going to have a beach and it's going to have like snowy mountains.
That's weird.
Okay. Those things don't usually exist together, but alright.
We're normally on an island, so maybe it's kind of like Iceland, where it has a beach, but it's cold water.
Alright, this is Bluehole teased its location as being around the Adriatic Sea with both a sandy coastline and snowy mountains.
Okay, well, top of mountains would be snowy, so no matter where it's located at. So maybe, yeah. Those are big, high mountains.
Get a 15-time scope and pop people, make them jump.
Are you excited about it?
Just Cause has a big mountain area and snow and then beach. So,
I mean, I don't play PUBG as much right now. Kind of
because you've got like 11 billion other things to do.
Yeah, there are plenty of other games to play right now. But I mean, yeah, I'd love to see new. I don't care much for the. I like the original map. I don't care much for the second map, because god damn, trying to find a vehicle in that fucking map is like trying to fucking pull teeth.
Yeah, it's like, oh look, there's a bit. Oh, it's broken.
There's another one. Oh, that
Safety
was
wagon.
too.
No.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, that's a rock. Son of a bitch, I quit.
No, that's a rock.
That has happened.
That's a giant bush.
I think I see a vehicle. Nope, that's just trash.
Yeah.
You guys talk about my eyesight. I think that's a car. No, it's a rock.
It's because it loads in so slow.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's because it loads in slow. It's not our fault.
Yeah, it's not our actual eyesight issue here.
Speaking of PUBG, real quick, I saw a different article earlier this week. Somebody showed like a demo of PUBG on the phone.
Yeah, the PUBG
fuck.
Mobile.
Holy fuck!
Mm-hmm.
It runs as well as it does on a computer.
And you can actually, there's a way to basically change your settings in your phone, because right now it's only in China, but you can change it in your phone to where you change your location, you're able to download it onto your app store and then be able to play the game. The only problem is everything's written in like Chinese, so
and your ping is going to be like 400.
Yeah, so yeah, there you have it.
China number one.
Yeah, number one cheaters. They banned over 1 million accounts, and 99% of them were from China.
That's just a shame. People should feel ashamed of yourselves.
To be fair, though, when you think of like,
turn around and buy the game again on a different account
and do it again.
Well, hey, I'll keep banning them if I keep making money. You know, that's kind of smart on their part, really.
Oh shit!
So those guys finally go, all right, I've spent $400 on this thing. I might need to stop.
No, they'll still keep going. They wear it as a badge of honor.
Well, to be fair, you know that
To be dishonorable?
You can't do things like that as easily over in China because everything is attached to your personal social account, and you'll basically have to try to make a new account because everything is attached to your identity. Like in South Korea, in League of Legends, it actually tells you what gender the players are because every account that you make is permanently attached to you. Like you can't. There's not very much an anonymity over there. So that's how their social network works. It's a different culture. So
it's crazy.
So no going and being anonymous online. Well, that's also where you get issues of them like stealing other people's identities and things like that as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, with that comes a different set of issues. But we don't live over there. We don't deal with those issues. We have enough of our own issues to deal with. One game that I would like to talk about that came out earlier this week that surprised everybody to hell. Hunt Showdown. Its beta ended the 21st, which was Monday, I think, right?
I think so, yeah.
Wednesday.
And the early like everybody was expecting them to take it down, work on it, release it early March. They took it down, stuck it right in early access immediately the following day.
Yeah, it was a big surprise, you guys.
Yeah, a lot of people were very iffy about it, but most of the community has kind of come around to the point of where it's either the company kind of needs the boost of funds to help keep them going. So, yeah, it's in a really rough spot. If you want to support the company, go ahead and buy it. It's a really fun game, lots of potential, but it is in a rough spot. So
I also look at it
needs to be optimized more.
Yes.
I look at it as them testing their servers as well. So, like, it allows them... Because if you put it... I love the early access thought process of, let me put this out in early access, and that's where we're going to do testing for everything. Our stuff might not be optimized, but we'll test everything, and then doing a full release afterwards versus doing the full release and everything's fucked up. And that's why I like what Sea of Thieves is doing, too, because I think we're getting one more just, like, the week before it releases.
I think that's going to be an open beta, which they're going to seriously push as hard as they can. Like, open beta, everybody who wants to try it can try it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go ahead and add some of those extra elements of the game into it, because you do have...
Release the Kraken!
If you look at the review on the Xbox store, it's 3 stars. Because of people playing the beta version of it and like, we got skeletons, man. It's all we got, skeletons. There's nothing alive. There's no fish. Stuff like that.
There's fish.
4.1 on the Microsoft store. Not yet.
You can't
there's fish now. There were not fish then.
That would be fantastic to add in, though. Is like, you can buy like a fishing rod. You can like
go fishing and then get wrecked while you're just fishing.
I foresee a lot of things being added into the game.
Like, catching us dinner.
That would be cool for like the trade route thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I foresee a lot of stuff.
Bring us 15 fish or whatever, and then you have to go to a place and fish.
A specific fish that only swims around this particular island.
Yeah. I saw there are also people have found underwater ruins and things like that. They've also said they might be adding reefs in for certain areas. There are unmarked islands.
Can I get a giant squid? That's all I care about.
I don't know, but one of the Sea of Thieves account did make a post about a whale pun and said that's not confirming whales.
But they made a whale.
They did make a whale pun, and they had to reiterate that they were not making a whale pun. So it makes me wonder if we're gonna go ahead and put more ambient, life inside of the game. So
that would be cool.
That would be cool to be. Well, and think about it this way: we know the Kraken's somewhere in the game, right?
Fuck yeah, I hear that motherfucker all the time.
So you're heading along, and you're in your boat, and all of a sudden this freaking whale tail comes out. Like, no! Oh, good. It was just a whale. We're good. We're all right.
Turns out it was just the Kraken playing with the whale.
Or you're down below with one of the shipwrecks that you can go through and get chests and stuff out of, and you come out and there's this giant whale right by you. So
I am scared of the first encounter of the Kraken. Like, I cannot imagine what it is going to be like, just getting slapped around or eaten or thrown or drowned.
I hope the music that goes along with it is just epic. Like, during this battle, so you're yelling...
I'm sure it will
you know,
be.
And it's like, take the tentacle to the right, I've got this, you know, and it's like...
I can hear Baka running around playing the fucking thing. We're dying! We're dying! Put the goddamn thing away, get your sword out, and kill this
Call the
thing.
hurdy-gurdy, thank you very much.
Playing the hurdy.
I had actually Googled that, because I was like, what the hell is that instrument called?
Oh,
Well, now I learned. Today I learned that is something I can check off my life list. Thanks.
The hurdy-gurdy.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Everyone's going to be just being drowned by tentacles, and I'm just going to be playing on the ship.
That's how we.
It's going down anyways.
That night.
Well, what else you got?
The only other thing is Doom got an update on the Switch.
I got an
The motion
update.
controls. Yep, the motion controls work a lot better now. People are very impressed with how much smoother it is. And also, they increased the FPS too, so it's becoming a whole lot more stable. So this is giving a lot of support to the Switch, and people are very happy. They want Fallout 4 now.
I don't know if they'll get Fallout 4.
Well, that's good. I mean, honestly, that's what Nintendo kind of needs. Is
I would put
third-party
Fallout 3
support.
on there, though. But I just don't see Fallout 4 looking good at all on that. Because it's such a pretty game. Like, I mean, Doom is too, don't get me wrong. But it doesn't
Well,
look...
I mean, they got Skyrim on there.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that good either. But to be fair, Skyrim's what, 11 years old? Like, it's an old game.
11 years old. That would come out in what, 2000 or 2007? That's like Call of Duty 4 days. It came out in 2011, so it's 6 years old, 7 years old.
Okay, so 6-year-old game. Doom was 2-year-old. Fallout 4 would be what, 3?
Fallout 4, 3 years old? Yeah.
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 November 11th, 2011 for Skyrim.
Oh, that's right, 11/11/11.
11/11/11.
Yeah,
And it's still
Get that
getting
epic
re-releases.
November
It was
10th,
so simple.
2015. Fallout 4.
So, I just said 3-year-old game. That game would be just huge, I think, compared to Skyrim.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's all of the news. I mean, other than the DICE Awards, which Nintendo beat the shit out of everybody.
Well, of course they did.
Like this year, Nintendo released a Switch and said, "Alright, Game Awards, they're all ours," and the other companies, if you think about it, will beat your ass. Okay, so just step back. This
We're
year's
gonna let
ours.
you guys go out and have some fun, build up your confidence. Now we're here to show you who the hell's in charge.
Pretty much.
as happy as I am that FIFA is usually the winner in all this, I really think Sports Game of the Year needs to be taken out of everybody's category. Because normally it's just two
just
main
FIFA.
ones. It's going to be Madden and FIFA, and they might throw in like a rugby game or a cricket game or something. I don't know, but...
And it's all owned by EA.
Right? Yeah, they own all the sports games.
Then just put EA as the winner.
Yeah.
Just give them the award.
Yeah,
You
there
don't
you
even
go.
have to announce
Sports
it.
Game
Award
Developer
of
of the
Douchebag
Year.
Sports,
That's what you do.
EA wins.
Yes.
Sports Game Developer of the Year. Well, 6 of the games were all made by EA, so we'll give them that one.
Yeah.
You know.
No shit. Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year. Won Best Game Direction, Outstanding Achievement in Game Direction, Game Design.
You know what?
Game of the Year, Adventure Game of the Year.
The sports game, in order to make it fair, they should only review like NBA, because you have 2K that does NBA, and then you have EA that is live.
You know what? Fuck it. Remove the sports game. Put in esports Game of the Year.
Maybe that's what the direction will take.
Yeah, I mean,
But
because
even
there's,
then, I mean,
there's
it'll
no
have to
competition in it.
Well, it'll have to mean that there's more esports too, because esports right
Yeah.
now it's going to be League of Legends or.
Overwatch.
Thank you. I was like that game that I play
Oh.
constantly.
Oh,
The one that you're bragging that you're finally beating me and Chicken in.
You've got CS:GO. You've
Yeah, I
got
guess that's
Dota
true.
2.
Is
You've
Dota
got
2
League
still,
of Legends.
a
Oh, it
big
is
one?
fucking
Okay.
massive.
I just
You
haven't
got
heard as
Rainbow
much about
Six,
it.
Rainbow
lately.
Six, PUBG. Like, you
Okay.
have so
Well, there
many
you go. Yeah,
esports
change this
games that are
esports
kind
game
of
the year.
blowing
Halo
up.
still has one too, right?
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, they still do. Like,
Gears of War has an esports scene too.
everybody is trying to get into the esports world. If you're good at a game, you're going to heavily invest into that game's esports future. And then that game becomes popular and has a future in esports, which is what everybody is doing, which is so fucking awesome. If you're good at something, like really good at something, push forward into that esports community and make it bigger. Esports need to be a thing across everything.
League is giving you like they partnered with Twitch. You can link your Twitch and your Overwatch accounts, and you can earn credit for watching matches, like the esports matches, and it'll give you those League credits. Yeah, what did I say?
You said League.
Oh, sorry, Overwatch. My bad. Overwatch League is what I was thinking.
Okay.
Because you'll get the League credit, so you can buy another one of those like team-centric skins if you wanted to. But you have to watch like a lot of it. I can't remember how it broke down, but it's a lot of time invested. But you get the points, so.
But I mean,
let it run in the background.
Yeah, it's technically one of those things where you're technically not investing anything. You're just watching something. You're getting rewards for doing what you do anyway.
Yeah. But I think it was their way of trying to, like, draw more people to it, because people that wouldn't normally watch it, but they're like, oh, I'd like to have another skin for such and such, they'll throw it on in the background, like you said, and let her go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these DICE awards, that outstanding achievement in character, the Hellblade Senua. She ended up getting
Senua
it.
Sacrifice.
The actress ended up getting it for at the Game Awards, which is pretty awesome. She did such an excellent job for somebody that's not actually an actress. She just worked for the company.
Mm-hmm. Who's got like 4 Twitter followers?
Yeah.
She's probably got a lot more now.
Yeah.
Yep. A whole lot more. But, I mean, you look at the ones that they've got on here, it's like Mario Rabbids, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Zelda, you know?
All right, so how many? Let's see. 1, 2,
Odyssey.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Snipper Clips is theirs too, right? Family Game of the Year?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
Okay, so there's 24. There are 24 titles, or 24 awards. How many awards did Nintendo win? And yes, it is a Switch game.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks like 8.
They won 11 out of the 24.
11. Okay.
11 out of the 24.
So nearly half.
Yeah, they won.
That's crazy.
You could say they're doing well for themselves this year, except for the whole Norway thing. God damn it.
Get your shit together. We want to like you. Somebody. We have to be able to like somebody.
That's
I
right.
do like them, and I like THQ Nordic. There are a few companies. I like Crytek for what they're doing. I like Rare for what they're doing, and I'm glad Microsoft is keeping their hands out of it too. That's super awesome.
I think a lot of that has to do with Phil Spencer. I think he's such a gamer himself. I think that, and then he knows the mistakes that were made right when the Xbox One was launched, that he's kind of going, all right, we're taking a step back. You do you. You know, Rare, you've always had unique games. We'll check it out. If we think it's going the right direction, it's fine. Because they were doing one for the Kinect. Before they shut the Kinect down, they were doing one for it. And they were like, he was like, nope. And then they started up with Sea of Thieves then. So.
And it's glorious, like incredible. It's got such big potential, so keep an eye out for that. Vermintide 2, Fat Shark is doing really well. You know, there's a lot of good companies out there doing their thing.
You know, I just thought, does this mean that the Just Dance games are going to be basically dead as far as with Xbox and stuff?
Yeah, it's just going to, I guess it would just be Nintendo then, right?
Well, I mean, PlayStation still has their Move thing, don't they?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they saw the
their
moves.
camera.
Yeah. I mean, they don't publicize it very much, but I think they still have it.
Actually, I don't even think they make the controllers for it anymore.
The Move, yeah, they do. Because they use it for the VR.
I've not seen any in our store
you're right.
in like months.
Yep, that's what they use for their VR controllers. Yep.
Like
Which
I
are,
said,
awesome with
really
these
bad
big
shortage of
shiny light bulbs sitting on top of them.
Because I know a
Looks
lot
silly.
of people were like, as soon as they announced that they were going to stop doing the Kinect, like everyone was like, "Oh, I gotta go buy one. My wife really enjoys the Just Dance games."
Really?
Yeah, I had so many people during the holidays looking for one for the Xbox One because their wife wanted to play the Just Dance games, or
Wow.
their daughters wanted to play the Just Dance games.
The only thing I use mine for is, like, turning it on and off.
Turning
I don't
it
even
on
have
and
one.
off.
We unplugged ours. Grif doesn't
Yeah.
like it.
Well, because it listens to, like, the wrong things, and it doesn't listen to me, so there was no point in having it plugged in here.
It does not like her. It listens
No.
to me perfectly fine.
So you're like, fuck you, Cortana.
Well, I mean, the fact that it would recognize, like, a random thing in the background or one of the cats as me instead of me sitting right in front of it. Told it to go fuck off. I don't know why it hates me so much.
Oh, too funny. Too funny. Is that it?
Yeah, I mean,
That's it.
what else you got? Chicken's gonna go stream, I guess, and
Yeah, we're gonna play a little Vermintide.
I'm gonna sit here some more since I can't do anything else.
As always, we appreciate everybody who hangs out with us each and every week at Infinite Respawn. You can check us out on Twitter at InfiniteResPC. You can also check me out personally at MDBOaktree. Check out Grif.
At Griff's Lineham.
Check out Chicken.
Add Elite Chicken 313.
Check out Baka.
At Baka Pickle.
Also, if you want to see, if you happen to be listening to the audio version of this and you want to see us, you can go to youtube.com/Infinite Respawn, where you can check out our podcast, sir.
Our podcast.
Our podcast.
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 Oh, it costs a simple microtransaction.
Yes, simple microtransaction to check out our podcast. Also, make sure you go to our website as well, infiniterespawn.com. Go on there, join the forums, and hang out. For Infinite Respawn, I'm Oaktree.
I'm Griff.
I'm Chicken.
I'm Baka.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.